चलो फटाफट से स्पोर्ट्स तक को सब्सक्राइब करो और हाँ, जो घंटी नजर आ रही है बिना देरी किए इस पर क्लिक करो।
हेलो एवरीवन, वेलकम टू स्पोर्ट्स तक। मैं हूं खुशी गुप्ता और मेरे साथ इस वक्त हैं एंडी फ्लावर और ग्रैंड फ्लावर, और मैं हूं दुबई में। और यहाँ पर आप जानते हैं आईएल T20 की लीग की शुरुआत होने वाली है, जहाँ पे ये दोनों अपनी टीम गल्फ जायंट्स के साथ जुड़े हुए हैं। फर्स्ट ऑफ ऑल, आई वुड लाइक टू नो फ्रॉम बोथ ऑफ यू, हाउ डू यू फील टू बी पार्ट ऑफ दिस लीग एंड व्हाट इज सो स्पेशल अबाउट योर टीम गल्फ जायंट्स?
Well, it's our third season, yeah. So we're very fortunate to still be involved. So I think we must be doing something right. But we're really excited. We got a great squad together. Got pretty much the same coaching staff, so we all know each other very well. And we always have a good time here. Dubai is really special, and it's a great tournament. You know, you got 9 overseas international players, best in the world playing in every game. 2 exciting UAE players in each team. And so we really look forward to it.
Okay, Andy, you've got new signings as well. Tell us something about that.
Yes, so we have got some exciting signings. Rayhan Ahmed is pretty much a new signing because even though he's been with us before, he hasn't played much. So we're excited to have a leg spinner of his quality here playing with us. James Vince is the leader that we've had. This is his 3rd year, but he's worth mentioning because he's such a great captain for us. But Tim David is coming, along with Tom Curran, both very powerful middle order players for us. So their power, along with Hetmeyer, in that middle order is going to be very exciting. So on the fast bowling front, we've got a similar lineup of fast bowlers. We've got Dominic Drakes. We've got a new signing from Ireland in Mark Adair, who's a really good all-round cricketer, I think. And Chris Jordan he's our stalwart and will be back with us this year.
Okay, Grant, because there's too much T20 cricket happening, so do you think it makes batters a little bit uncomfortable when it comes to Test cricket?
It can do, because you're used to playing such a fast format. But I also believe if you're good enough, you can adapt. As long as you've got the right mindset and you still want to play Test cricket. But obviously there's a hell of a lot of money in T20 cricket, and you can play all around the world. It's really exciting. So everyone wants to be in the IPL, but not everyone can. But there's definitely a place for Test cricket, and you see the exciting series between India and Aussie, and when England play their brand of cricket these days, there's definitely a place for it.
Sure. As you mentioned IPL, Andy, you were also part of RCB, your head coach there. So what was the strategy behind this time during mega auction?
Well, I think there are 2 really obvious areas that I believe that we've strengthened. Certainly, we've selected batsmen with a lot of power. If you look at Salt opening the batting with Virat, and then lower down the order, we've got Rajat Patidar, who was sensational last season and is in good form in domestic cricket as well. Liam Livingstone, Jitesh Sharma, who's an exciting young wicketkeeper batsman. And Tim David coming from Australia. So that's a lot of power, particularly at the Chinnaswamy. We've got young Jacob Bethel as one of the overseas batting options, left-hander who's making a splash in international cricket. So power on the batting front is really obvious. And then the second bit is we've selected skillful bowlers. So Bhuvneshwar Kumar is back for RCB, which is exciting to have his swing and experience. We've got another old RCB player in Hazelwood coming from Australia. He's very skillful, very calm. Yash Dayal had an excellent season for us last year. You'll remember him winning the game against Dhoni and CSK, a very important match. And Nuwan Tushara and Lungyin Gidi on the foreign bowling front, and Rasik Dar, the young medium pacer who showed quite a lot of skill for Delhi last year. So those are the 2 obvious areas that I think stand out from our auction.
Okay, and your fans are very much excited to know about who's going to be the captain for the RCB this year.
Well,
anything on that?
You're going to have to wait for the outcome.
We're going to wait, but any tea you want to spill?
Look, it's a new era we're going into for RCB. Started with a 3-year cycle, and I'm sure the anticipation will be good for you and anyone else watching this.
Everybody wants Virat to be the captain. Is there any conversation regarding that?
Well, you can ask me as often as you like, but that communication hasn't happened yet.
We saw last year RCB was going through a bad phase, and then they came up, and then that game happened, and they were in the playoffs. So who was the man behind that, or what was the energy behind that?
Well, it was a really interesting thing to watch, actually. We were really struggling in the first half of that tournament and managed to turn it around. And I think it is fair to say that it was a combined effort. It could only be a combined effort. But some of the things that stood out for me were Faf's captaincy. Faf was brilliant as a leader, always very calm, very driven, and brilliant with the team, both the coaching group and the players. Virat, I think, was played a very instrumental part in turning that around. He was brilliant when he spoke. He was always pretty calm in that, even though that we were struggling, which we as a management team really appreciated, given his stature and his influence. That he presented a very positive and calm, but always energetic and powerful presence in the dressing room. And he played brilliantly as well. And then I think some of the work done by the staff and the players in building a team and a communication network that was open and transparent and honest, that helped us weather some of that storm in the first half of the year.
I'll not take much of your time. Just last question for you, Andy. Because you've worked so closely with Virat, and we've seen from the past few months he's not been up to the mark, and especially in Test cricket. So any advice, or what do you think? What's wrong with it?
Look, he's a brilliant cricketer. He's got a body of work behind him of the highest quality. My experience with him was last season with RCB, when he played brilliantly and even showed, even at his age and stage, that he was still willing and able to adapt his game, and he improved his game in that year, and that's partly why we were successful towards the end of that tournament. And so I think he's got the hunger, he's got the desire. I think that's one of his points of difference with most players. And he's got tons of experience that he can lean on now. So even though he's having a hard time in Test cricket at the moment, I expect him to come through and do brilliantly in whatever format he plays in the near future.
Okay, thank you so much. Thank you so much for joining in on Sports Tक. Thank you.
स्पोर्ट्स की खबरें ढूंढ रहे हो तो इधर उधर क्या देख रहे हो? चलो फटाफट से स्पोर्ट्स तक को सब्सक्राइब करो, और हाँ, जो घंटी नजर आ रही है, फटाफट से बिना देरी किए इस पर क्लिक करो।